police come face to face with a Florida man who is, well, dressed like this.
Under arrest now. Put your stuff down. Watch it. Rob me? Put your stuff down.
Officer Presley's report says it plainly. Christopher was aggressive and cursing at officers, telling us, "I'm not trespassing. I'm gonna come back and F y'all." That's not a tabloid headline. That's a sworn incident report, filed with the Palm Bay Police Department, sitting in a public records database right now. And it was said by a man wearing a red foam nose and floppy shoes.
According to his incident report, Chris was arrested for trespassing. The report says, quote, "Christopher was aggressive and cursing at officers, telling us, 'I'm not trespassing, I'm gonna come back,' and F y'all." It goes on to state, quote, "Officer Presley then attempted to detain Christopher, at which point he pulled away and actively started resisting. Christopher then proceeded to ball his fist and take a bladed stance and attempted to strike Officer Presley. Officer Presley utilized a..."
Picture it. A grown man, fully costumed as a clown, pinned to the grass behind a sushi restaurant, screaming threats at a police officer, while his green bicycle leans against the wall a few feet away, packed with everything he owns.
No, you're not free to leave. You're under arrest now. Put your stuff down. Watch it. Rob me? Put your stuff down. Put your stuff down. Step it up. No, sleep. Ground.
That image, the clown suit against the squad car, the floppy shoes digging into Florida sod, is the entire case in one frame. Comedy and crisis, occupying the same 5 feet of pavement.
Well, officers responded to the area, and it wasn't too difficult to spot a clown with a red nose and floppy shoes near the parking lot.
Before we go deeper into what the records actually show, make sure you're subscribed to The Darkest Crimes, because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence. Here's the translation work the police report does for you, if you know how to read it. Resisting means he pulled away when an officer tried to put hands on him. Bladed stance means he squared his body like he was about to throw a punch. Leg sweep takedown means the officer dropped him to the ground using his own legs as a lever, not a weapon. None of that is dramatic language. It's the flattest, most procedural English law enforcement has, built specifically to strip emotion out of a moment that, on body camera, looks like nothing but emotion. A man rolling in the grass, screaming, "Kill me," calling
Nazi! Tell me Nazi! Now! Turn over now! Turn over now! Turn over now! Yeah!
Soon more officers arrived to see a clown wrestling in the grass with a cop.
Nazi! Tell me Nazi! Tell me now! Turn over now! Turn over now! Turn over.
The call that started it was almost funny, if you didn't know where it was going.
Police, how may I help you?
Hi, yes, ma'am. I'm an employee here at Sunshine Sushi on Malibar Road by the 95, and we have a gentleman that is, I feel like he needs mental help of some sort, not being rude, like genuinely, I'm not sure if he's having an episode or what, but he's dressed in a clown outfit. He changed in front of our windows, so our customers saw earlier.
Malibar Sushi or Sunshine?
Sunshine Sushi on Malibar Road. And we have customers saying that he's outside harassing them as they're coming in as well. Ronald McDonald-type clown outfit with the nose on, just kind of, I don't know. Oh, yes, ma'am. He has like an iPad in his hand or something. I don't know where that came from, but he's kind of all over the place. And yeah, I think he might be having some sort of mental episode, but yeah. We tried giving him the benefit of the doubt to ignore him for a little while, but the customers came in and said that he's bugging them, and he's just kind of pacing up and down the way now. He has a bright green bicycle with like some belongings, backpack and stuff, perched against the
I'm sorry, he's also got what?
He has a bright green bicycle with a couple of like backpacks of his belongings sitting on them, and that's just against the building.
A Sunshine Sushi employee on Malibar Road dialed 911 to report a customer in a Ronald McDonald-style costume who changed in front of our windows, was pacing the parking lot, and seemed to be having some kind of episode. She wasn't reporting a threat. She was reporting concern. Her words to dispatch? She thought he needed mental help of some sort. That's the first irony of this case, and It's the one that never gets resolved. The 911 call was a request for a wellness check. What arrived, and what the paperwork required, was an arrest. So who is Christopher Marlo? According to officers on scene, he goes by another name entirely, Wicked Jesus, a name he insisted on through booking, correcting officers every time they used his legal name.
Officers identified the Ronald McDonald doppelganger as Christopher Marlo, who reportedly goes by the nickname Wicked Jesus. As officers approach him, Christopher seems like he doesn't want any issues. Or does he?
Witnesses outside the bar next door told police he's a known fixture in the area, sometimes called the Palm Bay Clown, and that normally he doesn't cause problems.
Today.
I know.
But yes, Christopher is the Palm Bay Clown. So,
is he?
Yep.
Oh, he's a Palm Bay what?
Clown.
Does he cause any problems?
One witness put a number on it without being asked. He'd only been out 3 months.
Officer and the suspect?
No, but you know, he stood out here for like a half hour going about, he's only been out 3 months.
Out of what? The transcript of that interview doesn't specify. But it's the kind of detail a witness doesn't invent. It's the kind of detail a witness repeats because it's been on her mind. 3 months free, 3 months out, and already back in cuffs. That's the moral center of this case, and it's worth sitting with before the procedural details bury it. A man who, by every account from people who actually know him, doesn't typically cause trouble, having his first documented public breakdown inside a single fiscal quarter of release. Was this a costume malfunction of judgment, fueled by whatever a witness vaguely described as tweaking? Or was this a system releasing someone back into public space with no plan in place for the moment his mental health cracked under pressure?
Or anything?
No. Definitely a mental health issue.
The police report doesn't answer that question. It isn't supposed to. A police report documents resistance, not root cause. Here's the ticking clock moment, the one most viewers skim past because it's wrapped in such ordinary police vocabulary, it barely registers as a turning point. Don't go anywhere, Chris. You're not free to leave. 6 words, said calmly, almost gently, by an officer who at that point had no idea whether the man in front of him was going to walk into the squad car peacefully or come up swinging.
Don't go anywhere, Chris. You're not free to leave.
Every case like this turns on that single sentence, the moment a wellness check legally becomes a detention. Was this a man having a breakdown or a suspect calculating his exit? The officer didn't know yet. Neither did anyone else on that sidewalk. That uncertainty, for about 4 seconds, is the entire stakes of the video. What followed wasn't a calculation. According to the report, Marlo balled his fists, took a fighting stance, and tried to strike Officer Presley. Presley used a leg sweep takedown to get him to the ground and into handcuffs. No taser was deployed, a detail confirmed by officers reviewing the scene afterward, who explicitly note in the recording that there was no taser, just a physical takedown.
Just assume a takedown. I didn't get there till after. It's a Corey Presley question. There was no taser. I assume it was just a takedown because Josh was involved too.
Yeah, I just don't.
That distinction matters in 2026, in an era when every use of force incident gets measured against a standard of could this have been less than what it was. Here, the documented force was a takedown and handcuffs. Nothing more is alleged by either side, anywhere in the public record. What happened next is where this case stops looking like a viral arrest video and starts looking like a window into how the system actually processes someone in crisis.
So Christopher is brought to the Palm Bay Police Department, and on the ride over, continued to have a profanity-laced meltdown. And of course, he is still donning the clown outfit and clown.
At the station, Marlo asked, repeatedly, and with more clarity than anything else he said that day, to speak to the chief. He was told it wouldn't be the chief. It would be an acting lieutenant, a sergeant filling in. His response? Almost lucid in its sarcasm. You mean a fake lieutenant?
Hold on. Do you want to talk to someone else? Because someone else has to come and talk to you.
I'd rather talk to the chief of police.
It ain't going to be the chief. It's going to be another sergeant who's acting lieutenant. Okay?
Acting lieutenant? You mean he's a fake lieutenant?
No, he's just acting in place of the lieutenant who is on vacation today. So he's a very experienced, been here for a longer time sergeant.
Does he have a
He's my sergeant supervisor.
Let's hear. Does he have a degree in psychology to handle people like me?
I assume so.
No, I don't go for assume so.
So do you want to talk to that person who's going to come here and talk to you?
Can you just take me to mental health instead?
Then, just as quickly, he asked the question that should have been asked of him hours earlier by someone other than a police officer. Does he have a degree in psychology to handle people like me? An officer's honest answer, I assume so, wasn't good enough for him. I don't go for assume so, he said. He asked multiple times to be taken to mental health instead of jail. He asked for a real mental health doctor. At one point, he asked to talk to a sergeant about that option, and an officer told him that could be arranged, but only after booking, only after the photo, only after the cell. The order of operations in that sentence is the entire unresolved tension of this case. Mental health support was offered as a reward for cooperation with the criminal process, not as an alternative to it. 3 months free, 3 months out, and already back in cuffs. Officers did try to take his booking photo with the nose still on. He refused to take it off at first, saying he wanted it on Google anyway, for what he called his fellow jugglers to see on social media.
Wasn't out there with you.
As officers prepare to take Chris's booking photo, he suddenly starts referring to himself as Wicked Jesus, a name he now wants officers to even call him.
Mr. I'm sorry, what was it? Jesus?
Yeah.
All right, you're going to look right here.
No?
Don't call him
His
government
name's
name.
Jesus.
Don't call you.
Look right here.
You're not calling him a government name anymore.
What was it, Crazy Jesus?
Wicked Jesus.
Wicked Jesus, can you look right here? It's going to be a bright light. That's the camera for you, all right? Can I take this off?
No.
I got to take it off for the picture.
No.
It's going to come off of you at some point. So it's either now or
No.
later.
Later.
Okay.
Just take a picture with it. I want the sun Google anyway.
Okay. So this is
He didn't get his wish for a red-nosed mugshot. The photo on file with Brevard County shows him without it. Small detail.
Unfortunately, we didn't obtain Chris's booking photo with the bright red nose. We obtained this one instead.
But it's the kind of detail that tells you this wasn't theater for him in that moment. It was identity. He didn't perform the clown. By his own words in the back of that patrol car, he'd been a clown since I was a kid.
You look like a clown. No I am a clown, stupid! I've been a clown since I was Baptist when I was growing up baseline on.
a juggalo and a clown, a different thing.
No, we're not. Juggalos developed. The juggalos were developed by clowns to begin with.
Okay, so it's an insane clown posse.
Yeah.
The costume wasn't a bit. It was, as far as the documented record shows, the only stable thing he was holding on to that afternoon. The transport itself ran almost gentle by comparison. He asked the transporting officer to play rap music.
All right, you can talk to me. I can hear you.
You talk some rap, please.
Some rap?
Yeah.
I got you.
You start towards 176 for the 2474 Anderson, please.
The officer obliged. A man calling himself Wicked Jesus, in handcuffs, listening to music on the way to Brevard County Jail, while the officer driving him explained step by step exactly what would happen next. Booking, cell, transport to the jail, because in the officer's own words on the recording, I'm going to verbalize everything to you, so there's no misunderstanding. 3 months free, 3 months out, and already back in cuffs. That's not the end of the story either. It's the beginning of a much slower one. Brevard County court records show that in November 2025, Christopher Marlo was formally deemed incompetent to stand trial.
The self-dubbed Wicked Jesus did get his wish. He was able to listen to rap music as he was transported to the Brevard County Jail. Online records with the Brevard County Court show in November of 2025, Christopher was deemed incompetent to stand trial. He has a mental health status hearing scheduled for October.
He has a mental health status hearing scheduled for October of this year. Translate that the way we translated bladed stance earlier. Incompetent to stand trial doesn't mean innocent. It means a court, presented with the same evidence we just walked through, concluded the man in the clown suit could not currently understand the charges against him well enough to participate in his own defense. So here's where we leave it, and where we want you to go next. The Brevard County Clerk of Courts maintains the public docket on this case under Christopher Marlo's name, including the competency finding and the scheduled October hearing. Pull it, read it for yourself, and then answer this in the comments. Should this case have ended with an arrest report at all, or should the first call to 911 have ended somewhere other than a courtroom? If this case raised more questions for you than it answered, that's the job we're here to do. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to see how these cases actually play out on paper. Subscribe to The Darkest Crimes and turn on notifications, because we're back every week, following the evidence wherever the record actually leads.